What's up, everybody? Stephen Williams, founder and creator of Blue Book Black News. And in today's video, we're going to talk about a Detroit bank calling the police on a black man that was trying to deposit a check that he had just received from a racial discrimination from another company. He tried to deposit the check, and what happened was the teller claimed that it came back that it was a fraudulent check. Now, I'm going to elaborate on this because I'm going to first tell you about what happens when they, just in case you don't pay attention, when you deposit a check at the bank, if you always go through the drive-through. They don't punch in the numbers. They run it through a scanner. And with my company, one of my companies that I own, I actually have one of those scanners where I could deposit the checks from my home or from my office. I just, it goes straight to the bank. I don't even have to take the checks to the bank. So nothing, absolutely nothing is done manually. They're going to run it through the scanner, and the scanner is going to tell them, number one, it won't say it's a fraudulent check. It'll say if there's an account attached to that check right away at that specific bank. So there's never going to come back and say it's a fraudulent check. I think that was bogus, that the teller did that. What a lot of people are suspecting is that you have a black man coming into the bank, don't look like maybe the typical business person, and he's cashing a huge check. That when people think that someone shouldn't have money, you'll see where people will start to try to make decisions for companies that they're working for, and they have no they have no authority to do it, but they just do it. And then people fall in line. These are people that work with each other, and so they're not going to go against their own co-employee. They're going to just fall in line and do what they ask them to do. So they actually called the police on this person, had two police officers waiting outside, and two went inside, and they questioned him, asked for his ID and all types of stuff for the check. And, long story short, they redid the check in the scanner machine, and the check came up that it was an authorized check. And you as well as I know that when you're doing a settlement check, a lot of people have to authorize for those checks to be printed, and for that those funds to be released, because it's a settlement. Many attorneys, this was a court action. This is not just where someone in the company just wrote this man a check. There's several things that have to go through before this check would even be cut. I just don't believe him on that. Now, let me talk about a personal situation that happened to me when I was depositing a check for a real estate investment that I had came through, and the check was for a little over I think it was $129,000 that I had made on a deal. And I remember when I deposited the check, the teller made a strange question, or asked me a strange question, which I stated that there's, really they have no reason to be asking. And you might say, well, what, maybe they're trying to do small talk, but well, put yourself in my shoes. I'm putting a check in that I want to just go into my account, and the teller asked me, well, what are you going to do with all that money, and how did you make that money? Is this something that someone is supposed to be asking someone that banks at a bank? And at that time, I believe that I had been at that bank for a little more than about 15 years. And so they have, no one should be asking anyone, put it this way, would they be asking anybody, if it was a white businessman that came in a suit with a check for $129,000, would they say, how did you make this money? Would they say, what are you going to do with all of this money? So that's what we're talking about. And these are stories that are not making it around. You don't see too much of them. Maybe you've probably seen some on social media, but we're exposing these types of stories. But everything was worked out, but he still had to be confronted with the police and asking him questions, and he had just got over proving the case with his previous employer, and now he has to go through this, all over again, getting discriminated with the bank that he does business with. So this is crazy. So I just wanted to make you aware of this story that was breaking over the last few days. And please like the videos because we want to get more stories out there to you so you could be exposed to these. And then also, if you haven't had a chance, go to your mobile app store, either your iPhone iTunes store or your Android Google Play Store, and download Blue Book Black News. It's a mobile app, 100% free. We have stories just like these and more, with stories and videos of news that's happening all over the United States. And some of them is world news too, if it pertains to the African American community. Also, please subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. We want to get the word out, spread the word about this channel, opening up for our community to be able to get more stories and news that the mainstream media does not either don't feel that people want to know about, or that proves that there's still things that are going on, that people are racially discriminating against African Americans and other people, and they don't like to let these stories get out there because it shows that there's still a huge problem with racism in the United States. So please subscribe to the channel, post your comments. I love to hear what you think about this story here, and subscribe to our channel, and please like the video. Thanks a lot, and until next time.